Hi, this is Dr. Carolyn White. In this presentation, I share with you my personal experience in transforming my energy and feeling great. This transformation occurred in an energy therapy session facilitated by Donna Kennard, Doctor of Clinical Hypnotherapy, at the International Hypnosis Federation Body, Mind, Spirit Conference, March 2010. About 2 years ago, a reckless driver sideswiped our truck and trailer, and we rolled over. Fortunately, my husband Jerry escaped with only a minor cut on his leg. Since the truck landed on the passenger side, I was trapped inside for about 1.5 hours until the jaws of life extracted me. I really wasn't aware of much for the rest of the day, as I sustained a concussion from a big bump on my head. I also suffered a sprained shoulder, upper neck trauma, and soft tissue damage. No broken bones, just a broken spirit as I went through a year of intense physio, lots of ice packs, and many nights of fitful sleep. Ultimately, I found that hypnosis, kinesiology, therapeutic touch, acupressure, acupuncture provided the best relief for my discomfort. On the first day of the IHF conference, I was experiencing residual pain from this accident. With so many wonderful energy workers around and access to the Aura Chakra Imaging system, I decided to perform an experiment with myself as a subject. Now, as you know, as a therapist, when we work with energy, such as hypnosis, EFT, acupuncture, etc., when it's goal-oriented, in other words, we want to modify a habit such as smoking, nail biting, or target an ideal weight, the result is measurable when the goal is attained. When the presenting problem deals with emotional trauma and resulting pain, the therapist only has the client's subjective feedback to validate the results. The client may say that they feel great, but we wonder as therapists what else we can do to fill the client's convincer loop and perhaps anchor any positive results. An electromagnetic energy field surrounds every living organism, and which we call the aura. This field vibrates at different frequencies and reflects present state of mind, body, and spirit, our inner being. Essentially, we are all beings of light and energy. Consequently, any directed energy therapy will be reflected in a change of this electromagnetic field, or our aura. The Aura Chakra Imaging system, which I use in my work, and one of the main screens is shown here, uses the science of biofeedback and color therapy to measure, analyze, and display an interpretive representation of our emotional energetic state, our aura. So measuring the aura provides an objective picture of an energy therapy's effectiveness, as well as demonstrating how hypnosis and complementary energy therapies affect the human system. For thousands of years, sages, philosophers, and mystics have discussed and expounded about the human aura and chakras. Until recently, this information has been based entirely on subjective and consensual observations. Those that like to ignore what they cannot perceive or prove within their 3D thinking often question this knowledge. Yet, the scientific method has proven the existence of the aura and the chakras. Former UCL professor Dr. Valerie Hunt has studied the human aura and researched human energy field interactions using proven clairvoyance and space-age telemetry instruments. This research, documented in her book Infinite Mind, The Science of Human Vibrations, was performed at UCLA's Energy Fields Laboratories. I highly recommend this book to anyone that is interested in human energy systems. Now, Dr. Hunt observed that color changes in the aura correspond with what she refers to as different wave designs, which registered at each chakra point. She also validated that there are 7 major chakra centers. Each of the 7 centers, which are approximately aligned along our spine, vibrates like a vortex within a range of frequencies that coincidentally correlate with the respective colors of the rainbow. Essentially, Dr. Hunt demonstrated that the color of the aura is the result of the continually projected energy of each chakra. As a result of the 20-plus years of her research, Dr. Hunt concludes, and I quote, "I can no longer consider the body as organic systems or tissues. The healthy body is a flowing, interactive, electrodynamic energy field. Since we are literally made of energy, a coherent field indicates a healthy body, while an incoherent field signifies the onset of or a diseased or stressed condition. And using the Aura and Chakra Imaging system, we are able to observe the interpretation of the current energy field. If the light force energy, which the Chinese refer to as Qi, in Ayurvedic Prana, if this is freely flowing through our meridians in a balanced manner, then the chakras appear round, uniform, and bright in color. The auric field also appears bright and integrated. However, if there are energy imbalances, the aura chakra system interprets the chakras in varying size, shape, and color, with perhaps uneven, non-integrated colors in the auric field. Knowing where we have energy imbalances empowers us to be proactive in correcting and maintaining our spiritual, mental, and physical health. The sign of my energy imbalance was manifesting as pain at the top of my head and a very stiff neck. So stiff that I was having difficulty rotating my head the morning that these aura chakra images were taken. Besides wanting to feel good in a drug-free manner, I wanted to demonstrate that my mind, with the appropriate direction, could change my energy field. If my energy field could become more coherent, then theoretically, I would physically feel better. So here's what my energy field looked like before. General observations. The chakra graph below indicates the energetic level of each chakra. 50% or greater means that the chakra is functioning at average or better. Below that, there is definitely an imbalance. There's low energy values for 5 out of the 7 chakras, as we can see along the graph here. There's what I call a thinking cap above my head. This green energy here indicates potential transformation and growth. However, it's cut off at the top of my head and it's not being integrated into my energy system. There's, on the left side of this image, which is actually the right side of my body, there's dark and muddy colors. There's also a gray, muddy area on the left side of the body, which indicates that I'm potentially attracting pain, discomfort into my energy field. The chakras are also relatively irregular shape. And as we can see on the right side of my body, there's what I like to call an energy shield. It's bright, and to all outwards appearances, people may perceive me as being bright and sunny. However, behind that mask, there is pain and discomfort, as we can see in this shadow here. My yin-yang balance between the masculine and feminine is fairly balanced here. The short arm is the feminine and the long arm is the masculine. And when these two needles are on top of one another, there's perfect balance. So I'm not too bad there. The radius of my aura field is fairly large. So generally speaking, that what conditions are going on right now is more one of a mental imbalance. And we see, looking at each particular chakra shape, just to give you a quick interpretation here, and this is not meant to be a lesson on how to interpret it, it's just looking at what's going on with myself. The root is square, kind of cross-shaped. It's aligned on a vertical axis. The energy is weak per the graph before, and the color is quite diluted. It almost looks like I'm looking to be grounded because it's pointing downwards. The other significant thing here, the other chakras in the sacral and the solar plexus have fairly good energy and color. The shape's a bit diffused on the solar plexus. The heart, there's a butterfly shape here. It indicates that there's emotional conflict, emotional pain. However, it's not to do with relationships, as the color on the sacral is fairly strong and also active. The throat is nice and round, but it's a small size, and it's low energy as per the graph. The intense dark color and the round shape to me signifies that there's a good flow of communication. However, it's more of a communication about thought, and there's no communication about real, true feelings. My third eye is round. The color's fairly good. However, it is actually quite strong. It could use a little bit more focus. The crown is also very round, small size, low energy. This intense white color and the low energy means that spirit is present. I am just not connecting to it at this particular time. Okay, now Donna and I did energy work, which was about 40 to 45 minutes in period, and she used hypnosis, kinesiology, touch for health, what she refers to as trance magic, and really what this did is it enabled me to get in touch with my higher, wiser self and some of the emotional and mental trauma that I was getting into. The result? The after observations. Basically, there's green around my head, and this is quite integrated with the rest of my aura. The dark and muddy colors are gone. The chakra energy levels, as we can see on the graph, have greatly improved across the board. The chakra shapes now are more round and concise, and the colors are vibrant and bright. And this image was taken approximately 1 hour after the before image. And as we can see here, it is very telling that in the before image that the colors are not integrated, the shapes are all different. And 1 hour after the session, the colors are integrated, the shapes are approaching round, and the energy levels are much, much higher.